Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and as promised we're going to have a go at a third and harder Irrequadry by Damasos92. And I did two of these just a tiny bit ago on the channel, and apparently this one's harder, so I'm looking forward to giving it a try. We've got rules that I'll go through in a moment. Don't forget that on Patreon you can see all of the extra content we put there, including of course the unbelievable 600,000 subscriber celebration pack. Unbelievable for two reasons. One, that the puzzles are such high quality, it's unbelievable, and Michael Lefkowitz's puzzle is literally unbelievable all on its own. And two, because it's insane that we have 600,000 subscribers. People who have clicked the subscribe button to our channel. Thank you so much if you're amongst them. Amazing. It literally still stuns me to say it, to think it, to consider it. Anyway, that is one of the links under the video. Another one will take you to all of our apps, which include Domino Sudoku, a bit like this, or in some respects anyway. Crop key features within that, the black and white dots, and the apps are all very good value. There is also, of course, our merchandise and Sven SUDOKU PAD to look at, and the link to this puzzle. So, all of that said, I'm going to talk about the rules to Easy as a Irrequadry. Now, that title is based on a pencil puzzle type called Easy as ABC, which has A's, B's, and C's outside the grid because they're the first of those characters you see from that direction, and I think we have a similar rule set to that. So here come the rules. Now, the way Damasos has worked his Irrequadries is that you have to place the digits 1 to 9 into the grid without having any repeats in any rows, columns, or any of the outlined irregular regions, and that means that we're going to have some 9-cell regions with each of the numbers 1 to 9 in, like that one that I've just highlighted. Now, digits separated by a black dot have a 1 to 2 ratio, one is half the other. Digits separated by a white dot are consecutive, a difference of 1. Not all dots are given. And the numbers outside the grid are placed digits from the set 3, 6, and 9, modulo 3. A digit outside the grid indicates which digit in the set 3, 6, 9 is seen first from that direction in the respective row or column. So let's look at this 3 first. As you look along this row, the first of the digits 3, 6, 9 that you see is the number 3, and the same for this row. And for this top row, from the right as you look along it, the first that you see is a 9. So that's how the rule works. I don't know how this is going to play, although we have got the hint that I'm doing this one singly after doing the other two in the same video, so we'll see. You can look at the video length, I can't. Let's get cracking. There's a lot of dots, but no sequences. That's not a sequence necessarily, because those two could be the same by the Sudoku rules that apply. Okay, this digit, I'm going to colour it green. It cannot be a 3, 6, or 9, because if it was, you'd have to put in a 3 according to the right-hand clue and a 6 according to the bottom clue. I mean, it is a tiny deduction, but I'm still making it. Okay, maybe we have to consider if the black dots are 6, 3 dots. If this was, it would have to be 6 there and 3 here. And there'd be a 9. Okay, well, there is a 9 in one of these cells because we're told there's a 9 in this column, and we know it's not on the black dot, and we know it's not in that cell. I have only just noticed that the 9s, yeah, okay, this is good. Now that we're constrained, it mattered that that couldn't be a 9, interestingly. In this row, you can't put the 9 on a black dot. It doesn't have a partner that is half or double it. You can't put it on the black dot in this column. Therefore, none of these digits are 9s. Therefore, the 9 in this column is in one of these 3 cells. The 9 in this row is in one of those 4 cells. And these are all in the same shape. So the overlap must be where the 9 goes. And we got one. I'm going to colour these purple when I find 9s, 3s and 6s. Now, it's possible this is a black dot 6, 3 and that this is a black dot 3, 6. No, it's not. This cell, this cell is green. It can't be a 3 because that would be a 6 on the black dot and this 3 clue would lie. And it can't be a 6. Oh, for the simple reason, sorry, the 9 clue would lie if this was 3 or a 6. So it's not either. Therefore, this is not a 3, 6 black dot, and we know it's not a 9. So those cells both go green. Now there is a 3 in one of these 3 cells. And it's seen before any 6s in this row. There is a 9. The 9 is not on the black dot here in this column. So the 9 is in one of those 2 cells with an 8. That's interesting. I don't know how to mark that. Okay, I'm just going to whack a 9 and an 8 in all of that. Three. I can see in these bottom 2 rows there's a 3 in one of those places and a 3 in one of those places. That means we're going to use 2 3s for these 2 regions. We know there's a 3 in the right-hand top region there somewhere. And the 4th 3 in the grid, because there will be 4 of each because there are 4 shapes of size 9, is going to be somewhere in this group, which is not very helpful. But all I'm saying really is that it's not in those cells in this shape. It seems likely to me that the first 3 will be seen from the right in one of those 2 and the first 3 from the left in one of those 2. But that's absolutely not a deduction or certain. Now, we said that none of these are a 3. I can also say that none of these are a 6. Because the 6 in this column is going to be in one of those cells, and that's going to count for the 6 in this region. That's not going to be a 6 or a... Can I colour this green? Could it be a 3? Is really the question. Actually, it could. If that was a 6 and that was a 3, we'd be obeying the rules. So I can't colour it green. I do know it's not a 6 because of the 3 clue. I actually first knew it because of this cell, but never mind about that. I don't know what to do. Sorry. This is harder than the other 2 because I could keep moving in those a bit at most times, I think. I mean, there's not a lot to go on here. There's a lot of black and white dots, but what do they mean? This isn't even a sequence of 4 whites, 4 consecutive digits, because that could be the same as that by Sudoku. I suppose these digits are from 1, 2, 4, 8, since they're not from 3, 6. That might be something that's worth thinking about. Can this be a 6, 3 pair? That would be a 6, and this would be a 3. That's not possible. This shape already has a 3 up there, so that is not, these are not a 6, 3 pair, so they are green. And there is a 6 in one of those 2 cells, and it's the first purple digit seen in this column looking upwards. These are from 1, 2, 4, 8 as well, because they're not from 6, 3. Now, if these are from 3, 6, that's a 3, and that's a 6, and that's a 6 as well. This is not a 6 because the 6 in this column is the 6 in this shape. So that is not a 3. This pair is not from 3, 6, and it is from 1, 2, 4, 8. just like these pairs. Maybe we can make all the black dots in the puzzle from 1, 2, 4, 8. Yeah, okay, what else? Can this be 6, 3? That's much harder to make impossible, I think. I don't see how I meant to go about it at all. Maybe I need to start thinking about the shapes more, because I haven't done a lot of thinking about the shapes. I just don't know real digits in the shapes. I've put 1 9 in the puzzle. 7.5 minutes in. It's poor, isn't it? Every deduction has to be wrung out here. It really does. This is tough. Okay, I haven't really got much going. One of these cells is a 3 or a 6, because this shape already has 2 of the digits from 1, 2, 4, 8 in. Now, either that is a third one, in which case these can't both be, and these must be a 3, 6 pair, or that is 3 or 6, and these are from 1, 2, 4, 8. That's interesting, but I don't know quite what it does. Oh, I've just realised there is an 8, 9 pair in one of those white dots, so this isn't 8. It's not thrilling, is it? This is not a 3, 6 shape because of this cell, which already has a 3 in its region somewhere there and a 6 somewhere there. So although we don't specifically know where either of those is, we know that's not 3 or 6. So that is 1, 2, 4, or 8. This must be from the same family. And now this is a 3, 6 pair, which is quite exciting. It fixes where 6 is in the right-hand column. It's there. That's purple. This must be green by the rule and by Sudoku. Now, these aren't seen by the rule, but they are a 3, 6 pair. And they use up 3 and 6 in this region. They might be the only 3, 6 black dot in the puzzle. But who knows? Not me. There are 3 digits from 1, 2, 4, 8 in use in this region. We still have to place 5, 7, and 9 in this region, which are never on black dots. Everything else in this region that I'm in is going to be on a white dot. Is that any use? I don't know. You tell me. I can't work it out. Can I rule this out from being a 9? If this was a 9, this would go 9, 8, 7, 8. Oh, let's think about this shape again. We've got a 6 there. I don't know. Again, we've got to fit 3, 5, 7 in. That's not a 3. That's hardly a thrilling. Well, this isn't 3, 6, or 9 because they've all been accounted for in this shape, so it's green. It's not worth a lot. It's not 1 either because it's between 2 white dots. And once I've said that, I've said everything I know about it, sadly. Okay, there is a 9 in one of these cells. So one of these is an 8. That's bonkers. Is that any use? That would be amazing if the grid has been constructed so they're all looking at the same place somehow. No. Easy as a quattro quadri. This is not easy. Oh, okay. The easy as clues. We need a 3 in either one of those two cells, which are on white dots, or possibly there, as long as these weren't 6 or 9. If you had a 3 here, these would both be 2 or 4. You'd have a sequence running up here of either 3, 4, 5 or 3, 2, 1. I do think this sequence is going to come into its own at some point, but I haven't worked out how. Now, can I get... Yes. Look, I've got 3 of the digits from 1, 2, 4, 8 in this region. I wanted to use them to make this one not. Then it would be from 3 or 6, and that would be very helpful in column 2. There is a 3 in one of these 3 cells because of these 2 3 clues in the rows. We know that one of them's in that region and one of them's in that region. So one of these is a 3, and therefore this isn't a 3, but it might be a 6, with that being a 3. No. There are only 4 3s in the puzzle. One is there, one's in this row, and one's in that row. There's no 3 on this dot, and it is therefore a 1, 2, 4, 8 dot. And we've now got a 1, 2, 4, 8 triple into this bottom right region. And also, oh no, I was going to say this is now the 9, 8 pair. It's absolutely not. But this is not an 8, because 9, 8 is on a white dot here. Now, can this still be 3? This would be 2 or 4. That does look possible. It's much more likely that this is 3 and this is 6, I think, but I haven't got any proof. Oh, this is tough. This is tough sledding. 1, 2, 4, 8. Right, this can't be a 1, 2 pair. That's a lot of use. It can't have a 3 in it, though, because we've used up all the 3s. I must keep trying to remember that. How are we doing on 6s? 1 in that region, 1 in that region, 1 somewhere in this column, according to the clue. So this region is still going to need a 6 somewhere. It's not here. Oh, and it's not here because of the white dots to 1, 2, 4, or 8. So one of these 2 cells is the 6 in this weird region. And I guess that means this digit is not a 6. That's not very interesting. If that's a 6, this is 5 or 7. That seems very plausible. Also, if it's a 6, we get the 3, 6 order here. Okay, but I was thinking about 3s. Let's go back to 3s. There's no 3 here. It was this white dot, which isn't 1, 2, because there isn't room there. It doesn't have a 3 on it, because we've used all the 3s in the puzzle somewhere. Or we will have in the bottom 2 rows. So it could be 4, 5, or 5, 6. I mean, or anything higher, I suppose. Maybe okay, this cannot be 1, 2, 4, or 8, because they've all been used in this region, and it can't be 3. So it is 5, 6, 7, or 9. Yeah, something about 1, 2, 4, 8s. So if this pair was from, didn't have an 8 in, that would be a 1, 2, 4 triple, and that would be an 8 in the region. And this would be a 4. And then that would have to be a 2, 1 pair. That's quite a lot of ramifications, but does it do anything for me? The answer is no. I don't think it does. It's almost good, but it's not quite telling me anything. But I do think this 1248 triple is of some significance. I do, but I don't know what that significance is. This is so annoying. Maybe I'm not using these out easy as ABC clues enough. This is definitely not a 6 because of the white dot with that cell. And these aren't 6s because we've got a 6 there and a 6 there. So the 6 in this column is right here. I mean, that took ages and it didn't really... Well, it stops this being a 6. So the 6 in this region, okay, I'm glad I marked that up, is now here. This is 5 or 7. It sorts out 3 and 6 here. That was quite tough. I mean, I know if you see that question, it's simple. We've got all the 6s done now. We've got a 3 there. I still don't know if we have 3s in those positions or potentially in those two, which would be much odder, but it certainly seems possible. If this was a 3, that would be a 2 or a 4, and there'd be a 2 or 4 in this pair. There has to be. So that would have to be a 1. Hang on, what's happening there? If this was a 3, this would be 2 or 4. There'd be a 2 or 4 in this pair. This would be a 1. So in fact, this would be an 8-4 pair. That would be 2. And we'd have 3 here. Now this is interesting. This is interesting. 3, 2, 8, 4 here. And a 1 there with a 2 there. This now couldn't be 3 because we're positing a 3 there. It would be 1. And that might be impossible. It's not impossible. It's all too possible. Oh, goodness. Maybe I can rule 8, 9 out of one of these pairs. I don't see how. I really don't. I got 1, 5 or 7 in this region. I've got another one to put in and a 9, which feels like it wants to be in column 2, but it might not. Yeah, there aren't, given that that 9 serves 2 9 clues, there aren't actually that many 9 clues in the puzzle. It's still possible for these to be 3s. No. No, it's not. I worked this out, didn't I? If that was a 3, yes, I can see why now. It's because that's a 3 as well. Right, if this is a 3, the 3 in the bottom row is there. Both of these are 3s. Now, this is 2 or 4, and there's another 2 or 4 in use there. This becomes 1, this becomes 2, and what can this be? Oh, it can be 1. Yeah, but it can't be 1 because we've got a 3 here. So this would be 2 or 4. And now I'd have 5 cells from 1, 2, 4, 8 in that row. That is complicated, but it does work. And it rules out the already very unlikely possibility that this is a 3. So it's not. Now, I can't make it green, but I can say that 3 is in one of those cells. And one of these 2 in the bottom row, in the other shape. Now, for this to be touching 2 or 4 here, for 3 to be in this cell, this would be 2 or 4. These would be part of a 1, 2, 3, 4 quad. One of them would be 1. This would be the 8, 9 pair, and that all works fine. I feel like we're still nowhere near finished, which is quite a strange feeling at this point. You know, we've got a lot done. We know a lot about the 3s, 6s and 9s, but nowhere near enough. 9. I don't know what this means. That can't be 3, 6 or 9. That's green. How little we learn. This region, we've got 3 of the 1, 2, 4, 8 numbers. That feels like it ought to mean something. Probably does to you. Now, this isn't 3. If it was from 1, 2, 4, 8, that would be a 1, 2 pair. And that's impossible, I think, because this can't be 3. And nor can that. Yeah, this isn't a 1, 2 pair. So this is not from 1, 2, 4, 8, given that white dot. And it's not 3. So this is 5, 6, 7 or 9. Now, let me just check that, because this is quite important suddenly. Quite important. But I'm saying this can't be from 1, 2, 4, 8, first of all, because that would have to be a 1, 2 pair. This would then be 1 or 2 in a sequence of either 1, 2, 3, impossible because of that, or 2, 3, 4, and 3 can't go there because of the 3 up here. So this is not a 1 or a 2. It can't be 4 or 8 because of the white dot. I think, well, it's not 3 because we've just proved it can't be. That's what I just spent time doing. So it is 5, 6, 7 or 9. Now, this white dot, we can rule out 1 and 2 from there. We can rule out 6 from here. This is odd. This is 5, 7 or 9. This is even. I mean, 4, 6 or 8, but it can't be 6. So that's 4 or 8. Which is in the 1, 2, 4, 8 set, oddly. This can't be a 4, actually. Because then we'd be going 5, 4, 3, and 3 is impossible. So this is an 8. Is that right? It must be. No. Yes, it can't be 6. It is right. That's an 8. That's not a 5. This isn't a 4. This is an 8 as well. That's on a black dot. That's a 4. There's no 4 on this black dot, and therefore no 8. This is now a 1, 2 pair. Now we are cooking with gas. This is 7 or 9, because it's the other side of this. This is not 8. Now, come on. We've had 8 and 4 in this region, and that's the same as this cell. So this is 1 or 2. There is definitely a 2 in one of those. Okay. There's no 8 here, so there's definitely a 2 in one of those as well. And that's in the same region as this, which becomes a 1. That's a 2. There's no 1 here in this region now. That's a 2, 4 pair. We've had 1, 2, 4, 6, 8 in this region. Everything else is from 3, 5, 7, 9. This one sees 7 and 9 in the column. That can't be 3. Okay, come on. This 2 connects with either 1 or 3. Okay, hang on. First of all, Sudoku. That's not a 1. This is not a 2. If that's a 4, that's an 8. It's no good. This is 1 or 3 by Sudoku. Okay, well, we made some advances there. I'm quite pleased with that. Now, 2 or 4 there. Doesn't really resolve anything else. Oh, we've got a 2 in this region, so that can't be a 2. Still don't know where the 9-8 pair here is, or which one of these is the 3, or which one of these. We've done all the other easy as ABC clues though, which is weird because it feels like there's still so much to do and still in a way so little to go on. Now those are 2 of the odd digits, so the 8, is it 8 in this region? No, there's one more out of 1, 2, 4, 8 to go here, but there's a 2 in one of those cells. Is that not any use? Oh, what's on this white dot? Not 3 or 6, obviously. If that was a 2-4 pair, this would have to be 8 on the white dot as the even digit. I don't know what that means. I want more clues. This is quite hard. This has definitely taken me longer than the other two combined, hasn't it? Very well done, the tester. You absolutely understood exactly how hard this is. Right. I still think I'm nearly there. If I could just reduce these possibilities of that one by 1. 8 and 4, that's 2 or 1. In this region, 8, 4, 6, 9 are there. That's 3 is one of those. So this is 1, 2, 5 or 7. I mean, that's quite a lot of possibilities. So is this one. In the column, can that be a 1-2 pair? No, because they both see that cell, one in the region and one in the row. So this can't be a 1-2 pair. So that is not 1 or 2, in fact. That is a 5 or 7. And this is even and is 4 or 8, which is green, if you like, but it's also part of a 1, 2, 4, 8 triple in the region, meaning that this is 5, 7 or 9, and that this is even and is 4 or 8 again. This could be the 9-8 pair. Or it might be a 5-4 pair. It can't be a 7-8 pair because there is a 9-8 pair in the column, so that's not 7. If it's a 5-4 pair, that's a 2. Then that's 1 or 4, and that's a 2. Ooh. If that's a 4, that's 1 or 2. If that's a 4, that's an 8. That's not possible because that is 4 or 8. This can't be a 4-8 pair. So that is 1 or 4, and this now has to be 2, and I think now that's going to help. That has to be 2. This can't be 2. That's 1 or 4, so this is 2. That looks down here, 4, 2. This can't be 8 anymore. This is 1 or 4. Oh, don't say that runs out. We've got the 1, 2, 4, 8 in this region. We've got 8, 4, 2 in this region. That can't be 2. We need a 1. In this region, that's a 1-4 pair, so this is 8. What an extensive region it is. So that's 7 now. And this shape has 7, 2, 9, 6, 8, 4. So everything else required is 1, 3, or 5. One of those is a 3. We knew that before. 3, 6, 8, 2. This is a 5, 7, 9 triple. Still don't know if that is 9, 8 or if it's here. Oh, I have always known that 8... Well, no, I now know that 8 is in this region, in this column. That's probably not very useful. So we're not done. Got my 9, 8, 7 triple to worry about here. There's probably something very simple with 1, 2, 4, 8s in a region. So let's look at this region. We've got a 2 there. This is 1 or 4, and that's 4 or 8. Oh, this can't be an 8 by Sudoku now. So that can't be a 9, because 9, 8 go together. Now, can they go this way round? That would be a 9, that would be a 9. Oh, this can't be a 9 anymore by Sudoku. Well, that's never been able to be a 9 by Sudoku. I remember that was the first digit I put in. This is touching a 4, so it's 3 or 5. That's a 3-5 pair. Here we go. 7, 9, 7. Just doing a little bit of colouring in case I don't see what else it can really do for me now. Now, this is not a 9-8 pair because of that. So the 9-8 pair is up top there. Okay, that's purple, and that 9 clue is finished. Or wherever we put a 3 here, that clue is finished. 9, 8, 1. Now, let's take out the corner marks of 9 and 8 there. This is 3, 5 to finish the region. That's good. That 7 sees this region 5. That stops this. Oh, that fixes 3 and 5 down at the bottom. That fixes 3 at the top. And this must now be a 1, I think. Yes. That's a 4. That's in the same region as this cell, which is a 1. Now we've just got the left-hand region to do at all. The even digit here, I don't know what to think about still in this. Oh, this is a 5, sorry, in its region. Let's just do the colouring for completeness' sake at this point. It's not really adding anything for me. Now, it's all about this region. We've got 8, 2 and 6 only done extraordinarily in this region. 3's in one of those cells, obviously. Oh, this is a naked single. It sees 1, 8, 9, 2 in the column, 3, 5, 7, 6 in the row. Amazing. So that's 4, that's 1, that's now 3 in the region. That's not. The 9 in the region is going to have to go here, I think, just by Sudoku. And then I've got 5 and 7 to place. There had better be a reason why one of them is there and one of them is there. I can't see it, and that's quite distressing. Imagine if this wasn't... Oh, there is a white dot. Phew. Lord, I'm losing my mind suddenly there. Imagine if I'd got to this point, there was still an ambiguity. I'd have got it wrong, but I think I've got it right, and it says so. What an excellent puzzle. 6 by 6, but well over half an hour. Brilliant stuff. In fact, my time was 33:30, which is very appropriate for an easy as 369 puzzle, or in terms of the threes. Thank you for watching. That was fun, and we will be back with more Sudoku tomorrow, probably on a 9 by 9 board. See you then. Bye for now.